Today we're going to take a deep dive into a silent crisis that is affecting millions of Americans right now. The sudden plunge in credit scores due to late payments shown on their credit reports. These started after the changes the Trump administration brought all past due loans back onto credit reports. So they're being reported. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the solution that we've put in place and the solution that we've put into place that we're helping our clients with. This is not just some type of guess. This is not just using the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act and trying to make them do what they're supposed to do. We actually talked to the loan servicers, and this is what they told us to do. So first, how did this whole thing happen? Well, during the pandemic, from March 2020 to October 2024, President Biden granted what he called an on-ramp period, where it was going to try to let people kind of get caught up due to what was going on with the pandemic. He was going to let people kind of get caught up and get their feet back under. So they were not going to report the late payments on their credit reports. But this is the problem, is that people's student loans had actually went into deferment. It would be different if you were late on your student loans, but these individuals were actually in deferment. So this is the category that I want to specifically talk to, because we've had a lot of clients come to us and they were like, Steve, you can look at my credit reports. I was not late. It was actually being reported, but they were in deferment. What happened when the Trump administration flipped the switch and started reporting, and they said that they're going to start aggressive collection actions also, is that it actually triggered an issue that did not exist for the majority of the people. So as of right now, it's being reported that over 2 million people credit scores went down 100 to 150 points. So imagine you have a 750 credit score. You wake up one day and you get an alert from your monitoring service. You better have a monitoring service. If you don't have one, go to www.your3scores.com. You need that, because if you would have had that, you would have got that triggered alert and you would have been able to start aggressively doing something about it. And even if you don't know what to do about it, I'm going to talk about it at the end of this video, so stay tuned. But let's first talk about why this whole thing happened. So when President Trump took away the relief that President Biden had in place, triggered two things. Everyone who was late on their student loans, yes, that's going to automatically get reported. The people who were late on their student loans, they were also going to start an aggressive collection practice, which they were going to get debt collectors to start garnishing wages, garnishing bank accounts, garnishing tax refunds, doing whatever they could take to start getting people to pay up and to also have to catch up to get paid up. I don't know why they want to do that to people. I know that there's going to be some people watching this video saying you shouldn't have got the student loans if you can't pay all of this and that. That, yes, two things can be true at the same time. But why put this type of pressure on people if we're trying to help people get into a better position? That's my question, is why do we do these types of things to people when we're trying to get people into a better position? We know that there was a pandemic, and for some people, it's taken a long time for them to get back on their feet. Now, so even with this, with what has happened here, a lot of people, and you may be included in this, your credit reports, you can look at your credit reports and it says that you were on time, and then all of a sudden you have a 90-day late on your credit reports. So it was on time, and then there was a 90-day late on your credit report. This is what a lot of our clients have experienced that have came to us, and they're like, Steve, I've called the furnisher, which was the student loan servicer, and they said I had to dispute it with the credit reporting agencies. I disputed it with the credit reporting agencies. The credit reporting agency said this is true. So what we did is we got on the phone with the service, and we actually got a letter directly from them, but we talked to them on the phone. And we said, what do these individuals have to do to get this stuff rectified? So let me tell you exactly what they said has to be done from their documented letter. Because even the individual, when we called and talked to them, they did not tell, I don't know, they just made up a story. They had said that our client needed to submit the disputes to the bureaus, and the bureaus would get it over to them, even though they're the ones that's going to have to make the change in there. And they're responsible for making the changes in there. But that agent for the servicer said that that's the process that our client had to do. So we were like, hey, we're going to be very aggressive. We're going to be very attentive, because we know that a lot of people are going to be coming to us for this issue with their student loan late payments that are being reported, and they are not reported accurately, that we had to be able to know what to do so we can not waste individuals' times. Now, we got direct answers from the service in a letter, a written letter. This is what is required. So let's go through what's required, but also up front, I'm going to tell you that it is taking work. It is incredible with how short staff these companies are. Like, they're focusing more on collection, and they're barely focusing on getting these disputes taken care of, so they can get those late payments taken off of these individuals' credit reports. So first, when you look at the credit reports, and you've probably seen this, get your credit reports out right now. When you look at your credit reports and you have late payments that are reported on there, what we've seen is it says paid on time, paid on time, paid on time, or it was in deferment. And then when they turned on the student loan, it said 90-day late. How can you be 90 days late within 30 days and you were not reported late before that? Late payments is a progression. 90-day late would state that there would be some type of progression to 90-day late. You had to be 30 days late first, 60 days late next, and then 90 days late. That is not the way that it was being reported on individuals' credit reports. It was actually just showing on the month of May, 90 days late, or April, 90 days late. We called the furnishers. We talked to them on the phone with our client, and they said that they needed to dispute it to the bureaus. We disputed it to the bureaus, and that did not do what was needed. And then we got back in touch with them, and we got a letter straight from the department that would be handling all of the disputes. And this is exactly what they told us to do. They said that you have to print out the credit report. So this is not going to work with Credit Karma. They specifically stated that we had to print out the credit reports, and we had to highlight in yellow. Check this out. We had to highlight it in yellow. So you got the credit reports highlighted in yellow. So you got to show each of the items and show the late payment. So they want you to like map it out. So they're saying, get the credit report out, the trade line that's on there showing the servicer's name and information. And then they want you to highlight in yellow what needs to be corrected with the yellow and point arrows to it. The other thing that they also stated, which makes this a little bit tougher for individuals, and where our clients had to go and do work, because you got to be engaged also with this, is they wanted the entire account number. If you notice on your credit reports, they do not show the entire account number. So they said, we need the entire account number. So let me show you how you need to do this. So I need to get my drawing screen back up on here too. So you got to get your credit reports. So if you don't have access to all 3 credit reports, the free credit report places are not going to hack it. Let me ask you this question. Is it worth paying $25, $27, $29, whichever offer you take up on for credit monitoring? Is it worth that to make sure that you can get that 150 points back? Because you're going to need these detailed credit reports to be able to do what they said needs to be done. This is not me coming up with some type of theory on this. This is from talking directly with their dispute department. So you're going to need the credit reports. You're going to need to print them out. You're only going to need the pages that have the inaccurate information about the late payments. You're going to need to highlight the 90-day late on there, showing that there was not a progressive late. You're going to also have to highlight the furnisher's information and the account number, and then write the complete account number right there where they have the incomplete account number, where the bureau has the one with the X's in the last 4 or the first 4. You're going to need to do that. And if you get the credit reports that I'm telling you to get, it's going to have all three on there in the same section. So you don't have to sit there and go back and forth and have different pages. It's going to make this very simple and easy for you. So you're going to have to download the credit reports. Only use the sections that show the furnisher of your student loans with the late payments. Highlight in yellow the late payment to show that it was not progressive. Point arrows to it, and then also the furnisher's information, the servicer's information of your student loan. Highlight that in yellow on those documents, and then also highlight the account number, and then rewrite the entire account number for that student loan. And you have to do that for each one that you have. Yes, it's going to take work, but it is worth it. Now, once you have all of that packaged up, that's your evidence. The next thing is you need to craft a dispute letter that specifically states the information that you're pointing to with your evidence. Basically stating that they are in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, that this is not the document shows that there is not a progression to a 90-day late, but they are reporting a 90-day late, and you cannot be 90 days late within 1 month. That's what you put in there. And then you state that you were not 90 days late, that your student loans were in deferment, and that you started, if you started paying on them after that, you started paying on them. After that, it should show that that's correct if you're a month or two into it by now. But if you're just starting and you know that you're paying your payments, then you know that moving forward, you're not going to be late also. So you package up that dispute letter, you package up that evidence, and you got to send that to the furnishers, and you got to package that up and send that to each of the credit reporting agencies. That's what you got to do. And this has to be an individual dispute, not a combined dispute with other negative information that you may have showing on your credit report. So now, if you need help with your credit with this type of issue, or you have other types of negative information on your credit reports, please go to our website, thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, so you can see our 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. We take you from A to Z, no overnight promises. It's going to take work, but we will get that work accomplished for you. Link is below this video. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports in all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, you can grab my 3-pack of letters, statute of limitations, debt validation, cease and desist collection activities letter. I do ask for a donation for those. It can save you time, money, and frustration. Or if you don't want to have to type in anything, you don't want to have to deal with any templates, you can go to summonsmaster.com, upload your debt collection letter. It will create an exclusive certified debt validation letter that will stop most debt collectors in their track. If you're being sued by a debt collector, if you're being sued by an original creditor, you can go to summonsmaster.com, upload your summons in the Summons Master. It will create a fully formatted response to every allegation that debt collector or original creditor put towards you, and a defense to help you potentially win your case. And if you don't win your case, we will guide you to doing a settlement. So it'll take you from A to Z. But if you put together a good defense, you could potentially win your case. And some of them, you could get it dismissed before the court date. So thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.